To that.
Absolutely, well done by Andrew. No clean looks at goal, and that's been a thing for the Dynamo the last couple of weeks. They've been very good at making all the chances the other teams get difficult chances. Teams are going to get chances, just make them as difficult as possible.
August 3rd on Friday, the Dynamo continue as Thierry Henry, Rafa Marquez, and New York Red Bulls visit Houston. It's an Eastern Conference showdown. It's presented by Dr. Pepper. Tickets going fast, so visit HoustonDynamo.com or call 713-276-GOAL. That one with the star power of New York and Thierry Henry, who continues to impress. Rafa Marquez obviously will be a big draw. And the Dynamo will play New York twice in the span of 8 days, which could be very telling in the Eastern Conference. Another great game to get out to. Gallatin switched it. Back to Tally Hall. 7 shutouts on the year for Tally Hall for the Houston Dynamo. Well, we go to the bench. How about that signing? Alessandro Nesta won a World Cup in 2006 with Italy. Lazio, AC Milan, one of the most storied players as a defender in the history of Italian soccer, and he is a member now of the Montreal Impact, although not available tonight.
Well, I just wonder if the guys on Montreal realize how fortunate they are, because not just to play with the guy, but the amount that you can learn from him about the game of soccer. He's been playing at the highest level for quite some time. So hopefully these guys pick his brain and they use it to improve themselves.
Well, their center back, Hassoun Kamara, said it's already been amazing, just him in practice. Will Bruin is down. And Boniek Garcia sees his teammate down and quickly puts it out of play, and this is not a good sign. He's clutching his knee area.
Well, just gets in and pokes it, and it looks like it's the knee of the Montreal player just catches Will Bruin on the outside of his knee, and it's a stinger, right? It's kind of like the ball hitting you in the nose and your eyes water. It takes a second for it to wear off. Will should be fine. He'll be up and playing. It's just a little bit of a stinger on the knee.
10-goal scorer, second year out of Indiana. Very humble young man and a striker that's thriving. Scored a couple of games ago against DC United. Had a bit of a problem getting into the 4-3-3 system and playing with 2 guys close to him up front. He seems to be picking it up quite fine now.
Without question, for a kid that's only been around for a couple years, for him to learn the 4-4-2 as fast as he did was amazing. But now for as fast as he's picked up his position in the 4-3-3, says something about his attitude.
Kalen Carr coming off a 2-goal performance. It's a bit of a lazy ball there. Put Ash in trouble, and Ash has done well to come out of that. It's another foul from Niasse. Jesse Marsh and the Montreal bench going absolutely nuts.
I think Jesse Marsh has a right to be upset here. It was a great tackle by Sana Niasse. A bit unfortunate. It's not so much that the referees just made a mistake, it's where it is.
Boniek Garcia, and this one is cleaned up by Kamara. Here's Valentin out of Akron. Niasse, and this is dangerous here. DeVayo's taken off to his left. They're waiting for more people to join in the attack, and Felipe gets there late. Dynamo do a good job at tracking back to win the ball. Kanji is offside. Player down for the Impact is Felipe, the Brazilian.
We talked about the great defensive play by Sana Niasse just a minute ago, but watch, if you go back and look at it, there's 3 Dynamo players chasing back, and 2 of them run into each other to try and tackle the ball. This shows the mentality of the Houston Dynamo as a team. You see this, Will Bruin and Jermaine Taylor get a little bit tangled up going to tackle the ball and win the ball, and for me that says a lot about their team mentality.
Striker and a center back who were both up front. for the Dynamo set piece. Bruin getting a little attention on the sideline. Felipe is down. They're checking him out. Dynamo played 118 minutes in their last 2 games out of a total of 180 minutes with a man advantage. They have scored 6 goals in their last 2 games, and they've already produced one here tonight.
You got the guys checking back, and when you go and swing for a ball and it's not there, they may have kicked Jermaine Taylor in the back of the knee. It wrenches that knee joint a little bit, and some of those tendons in there can get a little bit stretched or strained.
19th minute, Houston, a 7th minute goal from Matt Kanji. Tangled up here. The offside flag was up prior. Lamar Nagel's a handful out of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and when he was traded from Seattle to Montreal, there was a lot of Seattle Sounders fans up in arms about that move because he had done a lot to gain the confidence of the fan for Ziggy Schmidt and Seattle Sounders.
When you look at the attacking options for Seattle, it's hard to find a place in there, right? And it seems to be that this was a good move for Lamar.
th appearance tonight for Lamar Nagel. He's mainly a super sub for Seattle.
20 minutes in, he certainly provided some difficult situations for Andrew Haino.
Yeah, Nagel and Niassi do have tremendous explosive pace. Then we've got the man in motion, Davy Arno, in the middle sitting behind Marco Di Vaio. So it's a 4-set that's pretty dangerous. Got a number of different elements amongst those 4 players.
Without question, and as the minutes go by, their chemistry starts to grow.
That ball, Niassi now has won it. Jermaine Taylor comes to clean it up. Boswell knocks it into midfield to Camargo. Cognac Garcia. Thick and heavy in the middle of the field. Here's Felipe now. Flips it over the top to Vaio. And boy, Marco Di Vaio showing you that he just makes these sneaky runs that are absolutely amazing.
It's not just the run, it's the timing of the run. How he tries to just toe the line, and as the ball is played, get in behind. But it takes an understanding from the players playing it in that they need to play it in front of them. It was a fantastic ball. He was just slightly offside. It's a good call by the assistant referee, but the Dynamo have to be careful.
Fair to say Montreal still sort of figuring out how he wants the ball delivered and when he wants it delivered. He still has not scored yet, though, and there is a sense of frustration around Marco Di Vaio right now. Taylor, Bruin, wisely plays it wide now to Kanji, who has thrived in the 3-set. Kanji to the end line, squares it back. Cleared by Shavar Thomas out of UConn. Cognac Garcia pitches that up, looks for support, drives it to the back post. That's a good ball. Right to Kalen Carr. Headed away by Shavar Thomas. What a ball from Cognac Garcia. So Houston now with a confident piece of play here. In the 23rd minute, player down. Is Valentin. So right now, effectively, Montreal playing with 10 men. He's behind and off to the side of their goal in some obvious pain here. Eduardo Sabrango and Carl Quinete are the 2 defensive options. And here's a good ball. Nagel now is off and running. He's been causing Andre Haino problems. Daviorno getting into the box. They can't pick him out. But a very dangerous counterattack. Lamar Nagel continuing to find space down that left side.
Lamar Nagel lets Houston off the hook here. Davy Arnaud has Jermaine Taylor beat. A little bit better ball on Davy Arnaud's foot, and it could easily be 1-1 right now.
Boniek Garcia, nice splitting pass there to Kalen Carr. Valentin is trying to jog it off right now. Boswell, diagonal ball to Kanji, a good one. Carr has turned the corner, or has he? Big recovery there. Carr still battling away, and that's how he scored his goal the other night, the game winner. Sheer effort.
Be careful there for Montreal. You can't underestimate Kalen Carr's attitude. He's not going to give up on anything. And it almost pays off for the Dynamo there.
Valentin is not going to make it, so he's going to be subbed out. Again, right now Montreal playing with 10 men. Kamara knocks a bad ball into midfield. It's picked up by Creval. They need to change the point of attack here. They get it to Boswell now. Ormete will come on. Big tackle there. Going to ground was Felipe. Here comes Nagel again. Foot race. Boswell needs to win it, and he does. Sweeps it out of play and gives the Dynamo a chance to get back behind the ball here. Wimete comes in for Zarek Valentin.
If you're Jesse Marsh, you're a bit disappointed that you have to use the sub so early because it is so hot tonight. And the Montreal players aren't as used to it, so I'm sure he would love to have had 3 in the second half. And if you see his left knee there, just as he tries to block the cross, it just kind of twitches there. It just kind of twinges again, the knee joint. It looks like maybe a strained ligament. It's unfortunate. It's just bad luck.
Camargo now. Boniek Garcia, Camargo. Yes, is fouled by Luis Camargo. Tactical foul allows the Dynamo to get back behind the ball here, and Shavar Thomas now to Felipe.
He didn't get the ball, but Marco Di Vaio made a fantastic run there. And again, I look at the timing of his run. As soon as Felipe takes his touch forward and starts to approach the ball, Di Vaio makes his run.
Kalen Carr, top of the box, and free kick time. Would have been a perfect spot for Brad Davis. Let's see who's going to stand over this set piece.
Not surprising, it's Corey Ash. He's taken his share of corner kicks over the last few years for the Dynamo.
Left-footed, favorable spot, 28th minute. Flips it towards the back post, almost picked out the head of Haino.